What is up, YouTube? Warren here, and welcome to my channel. So today I am going to show you guys how I make an inspirational photo or poster, whatever you guys want to call it. So basically it's for my new office remodeling that I'm doing in the moment. That will be a new video in the future here. So stay tuned for that. It will be right after this one. And basically I want to put a frame up in my in the background that not only will kind of like spruce up the area a little bit, but also can provide some positive inspiration for you as it has for me. So this is one of my original quotes that I am going to use, and I'll put it up right now. Yeah, that's just some thoughts and philosophies combined into one in a way, and it's helped me a lot whenever I'm in a funk or feeling down or kind of stuck in between two paths and not sure where I want to go. So I just remember this quote, and I just want to be able to constantly take a look at it and make it a reminder when I feel that way. So what better way to put it in my office wall? But as I'm doing it, or before I do that, let me show you guys how I actually create this. So if we go right here on the screen, as you can see, took this photo of an empty road. Actually, this is area where I was taking the buttes, and that's up in Northern California. That's the smallest mountain range in the world. And then, just had the idea to take this road. Originally I was going to use it as a stock photo, but never know. Now I'm deciding to use it as this inspirational photo. Okay, so what I did here, so I'm using Lightroom. I use Lightroom mainly for my editing process for landscapes, and sometimes Photoshop to manipulate some things or add some things. In this case, I'm going to add text for the inspirational quote. But before I do that, let me show you my workflow and my process to edit this photo. The way I shot this though, I used a bracketing method. I had 5 frames originally here. I just right click on those frames after I selected them, if it will do that. I go to photo merge, and then I choose HDR. So obviously you can't do that right now because I've already I've already merged them, and this is the outcome. Now it's not going to be a typical HDR looking image. I just did that so I can improve the dynamic range and add more details in the photo. But the frame itself is going to be 11 by 14. So I'm already thinking that ahead while I'm editing this photo. That's something that would be very helpful to you when you take your photo. Make sure you're aware of how you're going to frame it, how you're going to print it, what size, how it will look. Is it going to be a portrait? It's going to be landscape, however it will be. So in this case, with the photo or the frame I have in mind, I want to use it in a portrait mode. Besides, you see on the left side here and on the right side, some at the top and even in the bottom, it's really not much interest going on there. And I wish actually I have a better road that I can take, but I just like the sky and the clouds and the atmosphere at the time. So I'm just going to use this, and like I said, it's really meant for the inspirational quote, not so much the landscape, although that's also important. So anyway, so after I've merge the photo in HDR, you can see here on the right side that it had already moved the sliders a little bit based on what it thinks that it works for or how it works. But I'm gonna do my thing here, and I always start by clicking on the white balance eye drop, and I click on either a white surface or a neutral surface so I can get a close to accurate white balance. So let me do that right now. And there you go, not bad. Maybe I'll make it a little bit warmer with the slider just a tad bit to the right. On the temperature slider, the tint, I'll leave as is. I think I like it the way it is. Let's see if I can go back to the original. It's too dark. Yeah, that's really good there. Contrast, highlights look fine. You can also click this triangle right here and see what it is that's causing that. So you can see there's highlights here that's overexposed, but that's all right. That's very minimal. See what the darks look like. And you can barely see it, but there's some that is some black areas that's just too dark, but that's not a big deal. So we'll leave it as is. White, let's go ahead and that'll be too white or too dark. It's fine. Leave that black. Clarity, use clarity a little bit. Maybe dehaze it a little bit. Vibrance, add a little bit of intensity to the colors. Saturation, kind of like a little bit muted, but not too much, not too depressing. It's not a depressing photo. Let's uncheck this. Okay. Now I like going down here, making sure enable profile corrections. First, I use a Fujifilm X-T2 to take this shot, and for some reason with Lightroom it doesn't detect the Fuji automatically. So I just pick whatever's in the drop down. It doesn't really matter as much. Make sure everything's level. I had a tripod on this, but you never know. As you can see, that's all messed up right there. So let's undo that. Let's keep it the way it was. Now if I go down to calibration, if I move the blue primary to the right just a tad bit, it's very subtle, but it adds a little bit of added vibrancy to the photo. Not too much. That looks good right there. Okay, now I'm going to play around with the contrast a little bit, make this photo pop. And I'll do that by going to the curves adjustment. And pretty much I do an S curve first, and then I adjust after that. So on the blacks, too much there. Maybe I'll fade it a little bit by, let's do that. Do that. All right, I'll pull this up here. Computer's acting up here. Pull down the flags. Pull this highlights down some more. Maybe the midtones. Maybe a little bit more mysterious. The computer's not being cooperative right now. It's lowering my rhythm here, computer. Come on. There we go. It's getting there, it's getting there. Okay. I think that works. Now, I don't like how the blue is just way too blue. Let's go ahead and bump down the vibrance a little bit. And then if I go to saturation under the HSL, I'm gonna bump down the blue. It's not too strong. It's getting there. Now, I don't know, for some reason I need this to be a little bit warmer, so if I move the tint to the right a little bit, and then the temperature, cool, something like that. I don't like how the grass is way too green over here on the right side, so go down to the saturation, bump down the green a little bit, some more blues, some aqua, up down that aqua. Now if you go to the hue, let's pop down the greens, doing that. Blue. Okay, there we go. Now this is something new in the new Lightroom, and it's the color grading. I think it's an awesome tool. It's just I don't use it as much yet, so I'm not really too familiar with it. But I will practice on them and then show you guys my method with that. But right now, I'll go back with the classic way of doing this. Now, something I haven't tried is check out the black and white. Let's see how that looks in black and white. Interesting. Color. You know what? I think this will work better as black and white. Yeah, I think let's go black and white. Yeah, let's go black. Let's do that. See, sometimes that happens. You know, you're working your editing, and then you notice that you go black and white. It actually might work better. Now that I think of it, because and you'll see it in my upcoming video, my next video, why this might work better. Yeah. All right. We'll stick to black and white. Okay. So we have Photoshop open. Now let's add the text. Go to the T for text. Now the type of text I want to use here is going to contrast with the black and white. I don't want to use black or white as it probably blend in the background too much. So I'm thinking maybe either a yellow or an orange maybe. But nevertheless, I am going to change this to some kind of yellow. I think that looks decent. And I'm going to change the text. I like using this Babus. Let's see. Scroll up here. Actually, let me try use impact. I use impact a lot. I just like that it stands out and it's bold, naturally bold. So let's try impact, see how that looks. Size looks like it's going to be small, so let's make that larger. Okay, first we're going to type the text, the quote. So the roads to, I think I'm going to leave that as one line. Then Command Control J to duplicate the layer. Now if I double click on the T here to highlight, I'll just use the one word success because I'm emphasizing the word success here. I'll use capital all UCCESS check mark, Command Control T. I can move it. Have my guidelines set to snap. Let's move it down there for now. Then go back to this layer. Command Control J. Double T. Highlight. Are not smooth. Mark. Command Control T. Move that down. We'll fix this in a little bit. I'm just creating layers right now. And that's smooth. Command Control J again. T to highlight. And always Command Control the word success because that's already Command Control J the word success. That's already all caps. So I wanna all caps this slash. Boom. T walk. Okay, let me take that back. We add need swap here. Oops. Right there. Yeah. T. That. And then we'll just move the needs here. That way it's even. Boom. Just like that. Command Control V. Right there. Okay. This layer. Okay. Needs work. So success. I'm gonna match the line as much as possible. If I hold shift while dragging, so we can match the top here. Something like that. Then I'm going to delete this needs word to show Command Control J this part. Go to D. Needs. Command Control T, hold shift, match top line as much as possible. Undo that, doesn't look natural. See, we can line this up a little more. Always. And it's just a matter of playing around, making sure every piece almost matches. Oh my god. Everything else is 7. Always sure that's 7 in between. Just like that. And then this work. It's not popping up, so I'm just gonna eyeball. Hold Shift and drag this to the folder to group it. Rename this to text. I'll Command T everything, and I can change how big and small I want this. So this in the middle like so. In this case, it's not really about the landscape, it's about the text, it's about the message. So I really want that to be the star. Go back to the needs work bar. This looks like it needs to go down a little more. Okay, now I don't know if you can see it in your screen, but that still needs a little bit more pop. So I would do double click. See what the stroke looks like. Alright. Too much. About 5. Then maybe even add a drop shadow. There we go. Cool. Now, I think I can. What if I were to add a border to make that more interesting? Let's see. I can add a border here. Go to the box. The rectangle tool, stroke, same color as this. Okay. Same color. Stroke a little thicker. Not too much. Say about 37 or 30. Right there. Yeah, that works. Hold Shift and manipulate this a little bit. Okay, sure it's right center. Something like that. Something like that. And now, put that in the folder here. That's all one. Though I don't want that to have. No, let's take it out. I don't want that to have. No. Alright. There we go. Okay. Maybe I make it a little bit thicker. Let's make this 50. Boom. Just like that. Cool. That works. That works. Now, it's just way too big. Way too big. And now it a little bit. Just somewhat center. Just right there. Just like that. Yeah. We got it here. There we go. And we got it. Roads to success are not smooth and always needs work. Perfect. There we go. I'm happy with that. Cool. And that is all there is to it, really. So, you know what? Let's make this consistent. I don't know why I didn't catch that. This is not right. Maybe no longer looks weird. Change this. Change this. I was wondering why that looked weird. Boom. There we go. Better. Okay. That's it. Like I said, not too bad. Not too difficult. Obviously, I can still do a lot more work with this, and I may do that. Not sure yet though. But in a nutshell, that's how you do this. Well, that's it for today. If you like this video, please help me out by subscribing if you're not a subscriber yet, and liking the video, and also hit that notification icon for me so that you guys can be notified when I post new videos. So till then, talk to you guys later. Bye bye.